All you bitches best to know my name. Nobody you hoes, I'm coming from South Park. Catch you after dark, I'ma spit your fucking chest apart. Follow you. Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they playing. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. No threat to a Hotep, especially when the Hotep got the goddess mask off. He's working his ass off, trying to tell y'all goofy dudes what they playing. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand. It's Hotep, Hotep. Hope you motherfuckers understand.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the after party. Welcome to the after party. I am Canon Hotep. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon to let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream, let people know we live. You're catching the replay, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Canon Hotep on Cash App, Super Chats, Rumble Rants. Always welcome, guys. Oh man, what a fantastic show. What a fantastic show, man. Oh my gosh, what a day, what a day, what a day. What a day. You know what? I can't even say what a day. You know why? Because what I thought was going to happen, fucking happened. What Hotep's been telling you about actually happened, actually went down, guys. I can't even say that I'm disappointed because I didn't have high expectations in the beginning. If you've been watching me for a cup of coffee, you'd have known how I felt about this Epstein files being released. We touched on this quite a few times. We touched on this a couple of weeks ago when I asked you guys. I said they would rather give us all of the JFK files unredacted before they give us the Epstein files. I said they would give us. I said we got a better chance of getting JFK files unredacted before we get the Epstein files. And I said because everybody that's involved with the JFK files, they fucking dead. they dead. You know what I mean? I think the last person that was alive was HW Herbert Walker Bush. I think he was the last person that was alive when it had to do with the JFK files. You know what I mean? It has to do with the Martin Luther King files or the Malcolm X files, whatever. They would give us that shit before they give us the Epstein files. I told you guys not to get your hopes up about this situation. This shit was going to be, what did I call it? I said this shit was going to be the equivalent of Al Capone's vault. I said this shit was going to be the equivalent of Al Capone's vault. I said that shit. And sure enough, what did we get? We got a bunch of fucking nothing. We got some cheese eating grins and some fucking some binders with some laser jet printer divider in it, or whatever you want to call it. That's what we got. We got some cheap bullshit. And it was all by design, people. It was all by design, period, full stop. You can't tell me that it wasn't by design. All right, you can't tell me it wasn't by design. They want to keep passing around this paper, Pam Bondi. Oh, she sent the letter. She was so pissed off. I'm like, man, get out of here. She sent the letter today. She sent the letter today after saying she had the Epstein files on her desk. I got the files on my desk. This shit is so shocking. The Epstein files are so shocking. What he did was just horrendous. I have the files on my desk. And then come to find out today, now she sends an email or a letter out talking about, hey, what the hell? What is going on here? Like, this is the shit we get. This is what we get. This is the bullshit they fed us. This is what they gave us. This is what we got Chad Prather right here, DC Drano. We got Libs of TikTok, who not even a fucking content creator. I don't care what nobody say. She's not a content creator. She is just the white version of Dom Lucre. She just repost shit. That's all she do. And we got some people I ain't never recognized. That's Scott Frester right there. Like, that's what we got. We got Posobiec right there. We got Cernovich in the back. Like, that's what we got right there. That's what we got. That's who they picked to sell this bullshit to us. Right? Like I said, I told you guys, do not get your hopes up about this shit. We're going to get some inconsequential bullshit that we probably already know about in the first place. Sure enough, what we get, 200 pages of fucking flight logs and a Rolodex. And then they call this shit Phase 1. They called it Phase 1, right? Oh my gosh. And I'm telling y'all, they call this shit Phase 1. This is why they call that shit Phase 1. Straight up. This is why they call that shit Phase 1, because they got fucking duped. Okay? They got duped. Yo, niggas with the, oh my gosh. This shit is hilarious. They called it Phase 1 because it was never anything to begin with. Half these pictures look like proof of life pictures. It's like some fucking proof of life shit. Like they held hostage. I'm alive. I'm well. Tell my mama I love her. Oh my gosh, but it's got the fucking red wokes. It's got them fucking pissed, boy. Oh man, I ain't seen a bunch of fucking tinfoil hat conspiracy theorists. I ain't seen as many in my life. Oh my gosh. I mean, they going through their Hotep rage right now. We got all these people going through their Hotep rage over these files, boy. They wanted these files. They wanted to get this shit in blood, and they didn't get what they wanted. Like I said today, I told you guys today. I told you yesterday. I told you a few weeks ago. Y'all really think you were going to get some information out of this? They're going to run this in the hole. Okay? Pam Bondi will suffer a tragic accident before they fucking give you the fucking real deal. All right? They will, her and Cash Patel will no longer be with us before they're supposed to be no longer with us. Before we get any information, I'd be shocked that if they correct the record and give us anything tomorrow. I just highly doubt it. That's why this shit coming out in phases. Okay, I think what they want to do, right? Phase 1 will be this bullshit. Here's the Rolodex and here's the flight logs. And I told you guys, right? And people had the trolls in the chat today, had the trolls in the chat yesterday. Flight log. It's like, yo, the flight logs don't mean shit. The Rolodex don't mean shit. You know why? Because they can still deny. Yeah, I was on this plane, but I just caught a ride. That's it. Yeah, I mean, I knew who he was. You know, he had my number. Like, I knew who he was. We were working on some project. I know who he was. Like, I wasn't a part of that stuff, though. You need smoking gun evidence. You need clear-cut evidence. You need to catch the motherfuckers red-handed with their hands in the cookie jar. I'm not saying I want to see the footage. I'm not saying that we need to see videotape of them doing some heinous shit. I mean, we can get some screenshots. We can get some stills. You know, of them in, you know, I guess allegedly in the act or some shit like that. You know what I mean? We can get that stuff, but the fucking flight logs don't tell us shit. It might further our suspicions. Maybe we see somebody naming there 6 or 7 times. It's like, okay, maybe they did do some shit. They was on the plane 7 motherfucking times. Bill Clinton was in that motherfucker 22 times, 27 times. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we can. It might raise our suspicions a little more about that person, but that person can still deny. Yeah, I was on this train, I was on this plane, but I mean, I ain't go do nothing crazy. You know, we went to brunch and shit. Like, you know, like that's all they can do. You need to catch them in the act. You need hardcore evidence to catch a lot of these people. But the fact that probably almost everybody that's in that Rolodex, almost everybody that's on the flight logs for the most part are still alive, you ain't getting that shit. You ain't getting that shit. One more time. You might as well go and pump the motherfucking brakes. We told you this shit. And I 100% don't think that shit gonna go down the way it's gonna go down tomorrow. You can't tell me that now all of a sudden Pam, oh, she wrote a letter today. She wrote a letter to Cash Patel saying she didn't get everything. It's dated for today. And I was sitting there like, so she didn't know yesterday that she didn't have everything she needed to run with this shit? She didn't know a few days ago that she needed, that the shit that she needed to run with this wasn't there? When did Epstein die? 2019? You had all this time to protect the names of the innocent and redact whatever names you needed to redact and do over certain shit. You ain't do none of this shit since you had all of this information. You want us to believe that. You want us to believe that. I'm sorry, I don't. This is the single most disappointing fucking smoking gun bombshell since fucking Al Capone's vault. This is this is the single most disappointing thing since Cassidy Hutchinson at the J6 committee talking about Trump trying to commit a passenger 57. Oh, he choked out the Secret Service man and tried to take over the beast. Oh my gosh, yo. And it was nothing but redaction after redaction after redaction after redaction after redaction. It was nothing but everybody that was there that quote unquote got a binder, right? Everybody that was there that got a binder, they all was just repeating the same shit. This is the most transparent administration. This is the most transparent administration. Like that shit, them talking about, oh, this is the most transparent administration, it was their version of no one's above the law. I'm serious. That was their version of no one's above the law. I was like, here we go with this shit. Oh, it's the most no, you cannot say that. Stop trying to reassure people. You did not get the information that everybody was expecting you to get. Now, although the ones in the know, us, the people that can think for themselves, right? We knew we wasn't going to get the shit that they said it was going to get. We knew this shit wasn't going to be no bombshell evidence. We knew this shit wasn't going to be no new revelations here. Right? You still had a lot of people that was like, oh, they're going to do it. They're going to do it. We're going to get the files. Just yesterday, I said they wasn't going to give a shit. Just yesterday, not the stream I did this morning, the stream I did yesterday, I think it was around noonish, somewhere around there, 1 o'clock, I think right before the Griff report. So we not going to get shit. We ain't going to get shit. I said, I think it was called Epstein Files. Where are they? Nowhere to be found. Sure enough, we didn't get shit. And it's so fucking ill. It's so ridiculous. It's fucking fantastic. It's so ridiculous. It's fucking fantastic. Yo, let me tell you how shit went, right? Let me tell y'all how this shit. Okay, and all right, the views and opinions expressed here on Cannon Speaks, Cannon Hotep YouTube channel do not represent the views of YouTube, Alphabet Inc., Hotep Nation. Viewer discretion is advised, okay? 1 second. Like they burying my stream on YouTube for real. Like they fucking buried the stream on YouTube. You know, not on YouTube, but on Twitter. Usually that should be like they be doing numbers right now by now, allegedly. But ain't nothing happening. Anyway, let me see. Here we go. There we go. So check it. I'm going to let y'all know why we're not going to get the information that everybody's clamoring for. Okay? As simple as this. Jeffrey Epstein. I'm going to turn the music off. Jeffrey Epstein was a useful idiot. I'm going to say this one more time. Jeffrey Epstein, I'm looking at you guys, was a useful idiot. Okay? The money that he had, the properties that he had, weren't his money, wasn't his properties. That island wasn't his. That plane wasn't his. His millions or billions of dollars he had was not his. It belonged to someone's government agency. And I'm going to say, read between the lines here, people, especially people that are here that's new. That shit belonged to Charlie Indigo Alpha or Samaj. Y'all know, look, I just got to say it like that because can't let YouTube, you know, I got to stay on. But Samaj. Samad. We'll call it Samad. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That Middle Eastern agency from the land of the chosen people, Samad. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know I'm saying it wrong, but read between the lines. That's who all of that shit belonged to. Okay? It belonged to Samad and Charlie Indigo Alpha. That was an operation not led by Jeffrey Epstein. He was the useful idiot that they used as the face of it. And Ghislaine Maxwell was Kaiser Sose. Ghislaine Maxwell was Kaiser Sose. Ghislaine Maxwell was his handler. You guys heard me say this before, but people that ain't, you know, that's new to the channel, first off, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. You know, send me a few dollars. You know, I appreciate that. Every little bit goes back into the channel. See, the thing is, you guys were disappointed at this fucking this revelation or this release of the Epstein files, right? If you was listening to the Hoteps, if you was tuned in to me, if you was tuned in to Hotep Jesus or Uncle Hotep, you'd have known this shit was coming. We've been sounding the alarm. We're the fucking canaries in the coal mine that you guys just ignoring. But I digress. His money, his influence, his properties belong to a foreign faction or some three-letter agency. Okay? All right? Ghislaine Maxwell was his handler. Why do I say Ghislaine Maxwell was his handler? Why do I say Ghislaine Maxwell was Kaiser Sose? Because Ghislaine Maxwell's father was the first Epstein. Ghislaine's father, Terry Maxwell, was the first fucking honeypot agent from Samaj. Okay? When he outlived his purpose, they found his ass butt naked, face first in a lake in Italy next to his yacht. Yes. Ghislaine Maxwell's father. However, the work wasn't done. They just needed the Terry Maxwell 2.0. So what did they do? They put his daughter in charge, and they recruited or they caught Epstein doing some stupid shit and forced him to go into this life. Right? I'm willing to bet that they caught Epstein doing some deviant shit, and they used his dumb ass. You're going to serve a purpose for us. You'll answer to her. She's going to stay with you every step of the way. She was getting the marching orders from those agencies and then making him do what he needed to do. I'm not saying he a victim, because I'm guaranteed that the reason why he was in the position he was in is because he was doing some shit he shouldn't have been doing. Why you think he dead and she not? She know the bodies is buried for real. She got all the power. She got all the leverage. Epstein was expendable. He got his burn notice, and he was so forever asleep by someone in that prison cell on all those shady conditions. Remember the shady conditions, y'all? Y'all remember those shady conditions? The COs that didn't usually work that part of the wing, the cameras wasn't working. They wanted us to believe he hung himself in his room or his cell. The guy that was on death row, that was an informant, that was his cellmate. Big motherfucker. That ain't no way he could fight off. You remember them? Them sketchy, them suspect conditions under which he died. Remember the memes? Epstein didn't kill himself. Remember that? Because he was just a useful idiot. He was a pawn. He was cannon fodder. He wasn't who was really in charge. It was just Ghislaine Maxwell. That's why she's still alive. I'm willing to bet that them files have the names, not only American government officials and celebrities and influencers and all that other stuff. It's got the name of some foreign dignitaries, foreign billionaires. It's probably got the name of some agency like Samaj. Again, read between the lines. Samad. Read between the lines. With their fucking fingerprints all over that shit. And they can't let that shit get out. That shit has to be sanitized. That shit got to be sanitized. So what did they do? They needed a little more time, right? Because if Kamala would have gotten office, they could have just let that shit slip right under the rug. Nobody would have thought about it anymore. Nobody gave it a second thought. People would have asked about it, but it would never happen. Because Kamala didn't get in office. Donnie T ran on that shit. Cash Patel ran on that shit. Pam Bondi ran on that shit. What they tell you? We gonna bring the Epstein files out. So they had to. But they need fucking time. They need time to sanitize some shit that should have been sanitized a long time ago, allegedly. So what they give you? They give you flight logs. Flight logs. That don't mean shit in a court of nothing. Maybe a public opinion, but it don't mean shit in a court of law. You can't indict these motherfuckers over the fucking flight logs. Ain't nobody going to jail over the fucking flight logs. Ain't nobody losing their job over the flight logs. Their names was in his Rolodex. What the fuck does that mean? What the fuck does that mean? Well, I mean, I'm sure Diddy had the names of a lot of motherfuckers in his fucking name or in his black book or in his phone that was innocent. This shit don't mean anything. One page was so redacted it looked like somebody was drawing the Twin Towers on that bitch. I want you to understand something. I think they're going to roll this shit out in phases to the point where people just stop caring anymore. They're going to start rolling this shit out to the point where motherfuckers just don't give a fuck no more. It'll be phase 4, phase 5, and that'll be redacted. And people just going to be like, you know what, fuck it. Fuck it. We're not going to get the information that we want. Fuck it. That's what they want. They want you to lose interest in it. So we're releasing these things, guys. We're releasing them as we can. Here go phase 3. Motherfuckers be like, man, fuck this shit. You know? Fuck that shit. What's up, Emmanuel? Emmanuel says, what do you expect from the Epstein files? Not a fucking thing, yo. Not a goddamn thing. We knew that David Copperfield went to the fucking island. Like, what? We knew that. That was in the information that came out like 4 fucking years ago. We knew Bill Clinton was on that fucking list. We knew like people like Chris Tucker and all those guys was on the fuck. We know that. You gave us nothing new. Somebody on my Twitter said, "Yo, we do have some new information. We know that we know Epstein didn't pick up his dry cleaning." Oh man, that shit is fucking hilarious. Oh man, I just want y'all to understand this though. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. This Epstein quote unquote release is a limited hangout and is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. You know what that is? Distract all of our asses from what's really going on, the shit that's really important. And I don't know what the fuck that is, to be honest with you. But something is happening, something's going to happen that these Epstein file leaks and all this other shit, they fucking dragging this shit out tomorrow. We'll probably get a bunch of nothing or some speculation or something. Maybe they give us a little breadcrumb and everybody clamors over it. Oh, yeah. While the real op happens. While the real op happens right under our noses. What's that op? I don't fucking know. It could be like HJ said, this fucking gold bar situation going on where they flying gold bars from the UK to New York. I don't know what the op is. All I know is that this Epstein thing is made to distract from that op. It's fucking genius. It's fucking genius, y'all. It's fucking genius. Diabolical is what it is. And look who they used to bring it out. Con Inc.'s finest. Con Inc.'s finest. That's what they used to put this shit out for everybody to see. Holding up the binders like proof of life. Holding up binders like proof of life. That would be spicy. Those people still alive too. You know they were supposed to get those files on? Something like this. Something like that. Preferably in PDF form. Save some space. That's what should have been on that motherfucker. Let me see the Stephen Paddock files. I would love to see the Stephen Paddock files. Can we get the Route 91 files? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Better yet, can we get the Crooks files? The guy that tried to take Donnie T out in Pennsylvania. Can we get them files? Can we get that? I'm more interested in that, to be honest with you. The most transparent administration in history. Now look, I don't know. This shit make Donnie T look really fucking bad. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. This shit makes Donnie T and his administration look really fucking bad. I'm not saying that there was no good intentions behind it. I'm not saying that Donnie T wanted this shit to go, that he didn't want this shit to come out. I think he just left it into the hands of these folks. But I think these folks either got a talking to or they got a call, and this is what's going on. Or maybe Pam Bondi and Cash Patel don't know what the fuck's going on, and this shit was before them. I don't know, but I have a hard time believing that. All I know is this shit was well fucking played. This shit was well fucking played. But you got a lot of angry fucking American citizens. You got a lot of angry conservatives. You got a lot of angry victims that wanted to see some truth come to light. And all they got was rickrolled. They rickrolled the shit out of everybody. They rickrolled the shit out of everybody. And look, I'm not doing some told you so thing. I told you just, oh no, maybe I am doing it a little bit. Maybe I am doing it. I told you so just a little bit. Just a little bit. But you got to understand who we fucking with. You got to understand who we fucking with. We fucking with they, them, the collective, okay? That's who we fucking with. All right? Power ain't in a president. Power ain't in a Congress. Power is in the few people that really run the world. The people that this man tried to warn us about. The shit that this man tried to warn us about in this book here. Okay? That guy right there, Bill Cooper. All right? He told us a long time ago how this fucking game worked. Okay? He too was one of them true people that was really trying to warn the American public on what was really going on. I'm not going to sit here, and to a certain degree, I think that Cash Patel is compromised and maybe Pam Bondi's compromised. I don't know. I don't know what they were told. I don't know what threats were made against them. But I know that this guy right here, he came out with this book. All right? He came out with this book. But before this book was published, they tried to kill him. He lost his leg over that shit. Eventually, they got him. And like I said, and I wouldn't even hold it against Pam Bondi and Cash Patel. Because like I said, if they really put out the information, or if they really had that information, was about to put that shit out there, the collective would make sure that they suffered a tragic accident before that shit got released. They would no longer be with us before they supposed to be no longer with us before that shit got released. Is Pam Bondi's letter real? I'm sure it's real. But why did it go out? Why did it go out today? Why didn't it go out yesterday? She didn't realize yesterday before she went on Fox News saying she had all this bombshell shit for the Epstein files. She didn't notice it then. She didn't notice it the day before. She ain't noticed that shit on Monday. She didn't notice that shit last week. She said, I got him on my desk. Now all of a sudden, I'm missing so many things. This anonymous whistleblower just hit me up and said that the Department of Justice and the FBI have these files that I don't have. Shorty, you knew, in my opinion, I think she knew she didn't have what she wanted to have. And I think that when she went to go get the shit she wanted to have, they showed her the basement. They showed her the basement. They showed her a video, or they showed her a picture of her kids or something and said, you really want to pursue this? Jeannie said she knew Justice Roberts on that list. Woo! So they got to fucking play this right. They got to play this right. And I bet they sitting there thinking, is my life worth forfeiting over this? See, the real information we'll probably never know for another 30 or 40 years. Yeah, she got a manila envelope with her family members' pics and their eyes X'd out. Oh man. You gotta remember who we fucking with here. This is bigger than the American people. This is bigger than a president. This is bigger than Congress. This shit has some serious implications when it comes to who's on that motherfucking list. And I promise you, them people on that list, they're well connected. And they won't hesitate to murk a motherfucker over it. How fast does Seth Richards' voice get fucking snuffed out? Remember that? Remember that? Y'all, who remembers that name? You know? Who remembers that name? Someone or some person, some group. I'm willing to bet that a lot of them people that's on that list meet in Davos every year. I'm willing to bet that a lot of them people live in Davos every year. Meet in Davos every year. I know you talking about Jack Reeves. Salute. Remember, Prince Andrew's on that list? So if Prince Andrew's on that list, who else is on that list? What lord or lady or count or whatever's on that list? I don't think it was ever anything in those binders. I think all on pages is fucking empty. What are the chances they're killing two birds with one stone? It could be. It could be. Think about it, right? And I said this earlier today. They got a better chance of the Abercrombie and Fitch CEO snitching and blowing the whole operation up on what was going on with the Epstein situation than them actually getting the rest of that stuff cleared to disseminate to the people. Remember, I told you guys this earlier today. The Abercrombie and Fitch CEO and two of his little butt buddies was running a child trafficking ring since 2008. Billionaires. Since 2008. It wouldn't be the first clothing mogul or whatever you want, fashion mogul to get caught. Les Wexner. Victoria's Secret, his ass got caught too. I'm willing to bet that all of that shit co-mingles in there. I'm willing to bet Comet Ping Pong fits in there somewhere. I'm willing to bet all of that shit. The Podestas, they fit in that fucking thing. Remember Comet Ping Pong? Remember the guy that came all the way up from North Carolina? It'd be fucking crazy if this stream get taken down, guys. Just it's on Rumble, it's on Kick, it's on X. Remember that Comet Ping Pong? The guy drove all the way from like North Carolina or South Carolina just to shoot at the fucking floor or the fucking the closet, and then get arrested. Come to find out, he got like an IMDb page, and then allegedly the closet he shot at had a server in it. That shit was all fucked up and mangled. They called it Pizzagate because they wanted it to seem ridiculous. If we can give it some benign name that just sounds just absurd, then people wouldn't take it serious. Let's call it Pizzagate. Never mind the fact that the FBI said that pedophiles have their language, and pizza's one of those languages. I don't know how true or how authentic those Diddy audio recordings of him talking to his son saying get rid of the pizza boxes and shit. I don't know how true that shit is or how authentic it is. But the FBI said that pedophiles got language. Hot dogs and pizza and extra cheese pizzas and all that other shit. It's just fucking euphemisms for kids and all this other stuff for code. They put this shit in plain sight, but they called that situation Pizzagate so it could have a. Oh, that shit sounds so absurd. Nobody's gonna pay attention to that, and they swept that shit right under the rug. Never mind the weird art in the building. Never mind the pedestals having weird fucking art. Let's not forget about Anthony Weiner's laptop. Who remembers that? Who remembers Anthony Weiner laptop? Do we ever get any information? Do we ever get any clarity on that shit? It was alleged that police officers who saw that laptop cried. Some of them allegedly turned their own lights out. Allegedly. Well, let's go to Haiti. Remember whatever the Clinton Foundation was doing in Haiti, and the lady that was running the whole operation for them in Haiti, she got caught up in some child trafficking shit. What's up, Demon At? This operation is very much alive and well, and they're still using this operation. Like Demon At just said, they can't let none of that shit get out. They got leverage on people that's got power right now. So you think they're really going to let this information come out when they got these motherfuckers around the balls with whatever's on those tapes? Hell, just mentioning the fact that they were willing to release the files might have made a lot of them motherfuckers go straighten up and fly the fuck right. If you don't cooperate with us and if you don't do what the fuck we tell you, this shit getting put out there and you're going to go before a tribunal. Fuck tariffs. We got the fucking Epstein fucking videotapes. Fuck a tariff. If you don't fucking do what I told you to do, this fucking tape getting out. I'm just saying. There's definitely more agencies involved, and one must cave before the others. Do the new admin have them in the have them on the hook, and they're just giving them time for something else? Maybe. That's what I'm saying. That's why I love my audience. We allegedly got like 700 people watching over on Twitter. I don't know how true that shit is. But if you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. This is how the land of the chosen people continue to get billions. Hey. Remember, when he died, some government came in and allegedly bought that island. Fuck was that? See, the thing about it is, Epstein was never their master. Epstein was a puppet. And I think a couple of agencies working together was pulling the strings on him. Just saying. And I'm willing to bet it was Charlie Indigo Alpha and Samad. Smog. I don't know what the fuck I need to call it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't think I'm off the mark. Could have been a whole Five Eyes situation there, Mike. You might have a point. Could be a whole Five Eyes situation. I don't think I'm off the mark. I think I'm hovering somewhere close. But hey, I don't know. I'm just some shit dick fucking YouTuber, you know, who just makes a lot of jokes, says a lot of things in jest. You know, some crazy wild-eyed conspiracy theorist. That's all I am. I'm a Hotep, you know. They don't take us Hotep serious. Samar was the ugly girl on the Martin show. Oh man, oh man, oh man. This is smart. This is 4D chess right here. Okay? This is 4D chess. I just want y'all to know that. You don't know what you don't know, and I think these guys right here in these pictures, they don't know shit. I think they went in there all excited. Oh my God, they chose us. They chose us to break the news to the American people. Oh my God, we're important. Then they went through that shit and like, what the fuck is this? I guarantee it. But they went out there and they did exactly what they told them to do. They took their marching orders. They took their marching orders. What's up, HJ? HJ in the building. This shit is some 4D chess, guys. I'm telling y'all, there's a bigger play at hand. Might be two birds with one stone. They probably, I'm telling you, they probably scared the fuck out of some people that needed to be scared, and they made them fucking fall right the fuck back in line by threatening to put this shit out there. That's why it's in phases. 2, they want you to fucking forget about it. They want you to just be like, fuck it, man. We ain't getting no fucking information. 3, there's some op about to happen, and maybe this weekend. But you know what's going to be on everybody's minds? You know what's going to be on everybody's mouths? You know what's going to be in the news cycle? This shit. This shit right here. This shit was never supposed to even be. This shit was never supposed to be eye-opening. The files were never supposed to give anyone clarity. It was always a smokescreen. It was always going to be a smokescreen. And that's what we got. That's why I told y'all this morning. Don't be disappointed and don't get your hopes up. Because I'm willing to bet we're not going to get anything substantial or eye-opening in these files. And that Pam Bondi and them guys, they will suffer a tragic accident before they let this shit out. Well played, Deep State. Well played. Well played, you motherfuckers, boy. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, man. They're like, have it on my desk by 8 a.m. I'm like, you didn't know this shit was bullshit when you went on Jesse's show? You didn't know this shit was bullshit a week ago? You just so happen to get a call from an anonymous source at the FBI saying you don't have it all. Cash, they're playing us. Come on, Pam. Come on, Pam. Not all of us is dumb. There's a lot of us that can see through the bullshit. A lot of us that can see through the bullshit. I tell you. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there they're just pissed. Like you can't justify this shit, Red Wokes. You cannot justify this conning. You can't, the mental gymnastics how? There's no way to fucking flip and tumble over this shit. This shit is exactly what it is. They fucking got one over on us. That's all you can say. What's up, Josh? What if she was talking shit and has never looked at the files before this morning? That's a possibility, Mike. It's a possibility. But how fucking irresponsible would that shit be? allegedly one of the biggest fucking bombshells of fucking U.S. history, one of the biggest scandals in U.S. history on my desk right now, and I don't fucking vet it before I go on a fucking major news outlet and tell people that I got this shit on my desk. This shit is fucking heinous. We're going to let it out to the people tomorrow. And then when that shit come out, you got all of these dickheads fucking holding up their binder and shit. Like, look what the fuck I got. Like, look at these. Look at them. Oh my God, this is like the Untouchables, fucking holding fucking Bonnie and Clyde up, all shot the fuck up with the look at the fuck I did pose. Look at the fuck I got. Look what we got, ladies and gentlemen. We got them. We got them. Like, this is what they look like. Oh man, this shit is crazy. We didn't know that they were going to be here. Like, I really still don't understand how Liz the TikTok's there. Like, she is not a content creator. She just copies and pastes. She's just the white woman version of Dawn Lucre. She just copies and pastes other people's fucking mishaps on social media. That's it. That's all she do. There's no commentary from her. There's no fucking opinions, no thoughts. But somehow, some way, Libs of TikTok is there. Who's going to do fucking nothing with that binder, allegedly? That's the funny part. It's fantastic, guys. It's so fucking... Oh, this this shit is so fucking... diabolical. Is fantastic. Pop says she's just happy to be a part of the fucking talk of it. Mm-hmm. Portia, what's up, Portia? DEI, right side DEI. You gotta love it, yo. You gotta love all of this fucking just season 4 of America is fucking lit. Oh, season 4 of America is lit. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. It has not disappointed. This year has been a fucking movie, boy. This shit has been a movie. This shit is paradise. And I ain't talking about Sandals Resorts, goddammit. I'm talking about the show Paradise. Y'all ain't watching it, y'all need to watch that shit. Be honest with you, some of y'all people need to go back and catch up on House of Cards first. Then go watch you some Paradise. And then in between time, go watch Wag the Dog. And then go watch The Network. Not the one from the 90s, the one from the 70s. And then in between that shit, read Behold a Pale Horse. Because a lot of people out here need their worldview broken. They need their worldview broken. They need to understand how shit really runs out here. It's only few of us that can really see shit for what it is. And I'm not going to say I get shit right every time, all the time, but I don't miss often, goddammit. Season 4 needs to be filmed from Gitmo. Maybe she's Elon's next baby mama. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Everybody's talking about Paradise. Yeah, Paradise. Oh, I just stumbled upon it like a few weeks ago. I stumbled upon it like the week it came out, and I watched the first I think they released like the first 3 episodes, I think. That shit was fucking, I was like, oh shit. I hit Jay up immediately. Yo, you gotta watch the show Paradise show. This shit is wild. Y'all heard me talk about it like the next day. I was like, hey, yo, this show Paradise is pretty fucking good. It's weird. It's watch it. Yeah, it's a good show. Telling you guys. You never seen House of Cards? You seen it, but you seen The Network and Wag the Dog. Jack Reeves says, I don't like humans. The Hoteps are cool, but yeah, fuck people. I'm a demigod. Goodness gracious. The Agency. I started watching The Agency. I don't know why I got sidetracked. I got sidetracked by Paradise. I started watching The Agency, and then Paradise popped up on my fucking TV, and I started watching that, and then I just jumped off The Agency. The Agency, is that the one? That's the Showtime show, right? What I forgot what show, what network that's on. Is that Michael? Is that Michael Fassbender that's in that? I know what you're talking about, though. I think I watched the first 2 episodes. 70% of humans are trash. The internet is trash, and people will show you that. Salute to Chad Dukes on that fucking phrase. The internet is garbage, and people will show you that. Anyway. Oh, man. I tell you. Look at this shit. The fucking Untouchables holding up that shit like they fucking just caught fucking Bonnie and Clyde. Look at the fuck we got, face. This shit is funny. I wouldn't want to be a part of this crowd. I feel like if I was there, right? I feel like if I was there and I was in that, I was lucky enough, right, to be in that room, and they handed that fucking binder to me, and I flipped through that shit, and I saw nothing but the shit that we already knew about. Ain't no way I'd have posted this fucking picture. That might have been the first and the last time I got invited to the White House. I'd have been like, what the fuck is this? This is shit that we already knew. Where's the new revelations at? Are there any? I don't think that I could go along with this. Because be honest with you, if you look at Drano's face, he looked like, yo, they got us. If you look at Posobiec's face, it looks like, yo, they fucking got us. Oh, man, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Even Glenn Beck today was disappointed. Glenn Beck was disappointed. Oh my gosh, I gotta play that shit before we get out of here. I had to send that to myself. Where that shit at? Yeah, I think I sent it to Jay because I couldn't send it to myself.
Oh, maybe talk to you.
Check this out. I'll be right back, y'all.
Hey, we are, I'm still at the studio, and I've just been gathering the information on the so-called Epstein client release. Right and I've I just talked to Liz Wheeler, and I was just watching her podcast because she has some additional information. But we've gone through the list, and Jason is here, our chief researcher. Jason, what was in this big briefing that was given by the president and everybody else today?
So we went through the entire 20-plus page dump that was released through the, through the DOJ or the FBI. It's on the website now. It's public information. And it is the biggest disappointment, I think, that you'll find. I encourage you to do your own homework on this. It's mostly procedural jargon, Glenn, heavily redacted. Basically no new information. Little bitty tidbits, but again, it's inconsequential. It's just procedural stuff. It's bad.
So they were talking, this was going to be release that everybody has been waiting for. Apparently, with the president, vice president, Pam Bondi, and Kash Patel in the room, Liz Wheeler and others were told this morning, given this binder, which has absolutely nothing in it, and they were told that by Pam Bondi and the president that she had, because the president asked, ordered for the release of this. Kash Patel delivered it to her desk last week. They were going through it. They expected this to be full of everything that Kash Patel has told me he has seen in the past, but there was nothing. There was nothing left in it. And Liz reports that she was told that The feeling from Pam Bondi and others is that the Southern District of New York, the FBI in the Southern District of New York, actually has the tapes and everything else and will not turn it over to the White House or to Pam Bondi. If that is true, and I understand Liz correctly, and Liz is going to be on my radio program tomorrow and my podcast tomorrow to talk about her experience. If that indeed is true, then we have a civil war on our hands, an internal civil war. You have a duly elected president, his duly elected confirmed leaders of the FBI and the Department of Justice, and then you have the Southern District of New York FBI and Department of Justice bucking the orders of the president and their direct bosses.
Now, what I'll say about what he said is this, right? You heard this gentleman. He said this shit is just this shit was a disappointment. Is it a civil war? No, I think it's a coordinated effort to not let this shit come out. I think the people that really run shit came from behind the fucking curtain and was like, nah, this shit can't happen. This shit can't happen. If this shit happens, this is what's going to happen. And now they're trying to figure out how to fucking make this shit go away. That's what I think. That's what I think. I'm just saying. I mean, even Owen Schroyer came out and was like, yo, this shit is a limited hangout. This is some bullshit. It's no way of making this shit sound good. It's not. You know what I mean? I don't even know what the other influencers said. I'm shocked that, like if you, like, this is the thing, right? They picked the people that they picked to put that shit out there because they were going to stay, no matter what, they was going to go lockstep with whatever the narrative was. They wasn't going to get a Tim Pool to go lockstep with whatever the narrative was. They wasn't going to get a Hotep Jesus to go lockstep with whatever the narrative was. They wasn't going to get a Joe Rogan to go lockstep with that shit. They wasn't getting Candace Owens to go lockstep with that shit. They was gonna air that. They would have aired that shit out immediately. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that fucking deep state something else, ain't they? No, this is who's going to explain it. Are you ready? We'll get a Sean Ryan show. We'll get somebody on a Sean Ryan show to explain this shit. That's what's going to happen. It won't be on Rogan. It'll be on somebody's Sean Ryan show. Again, it's the new Digital Mockingbird Media. It'll be somebody from the Digital Mockingbird Media that does this. It won't be a Rogan. It'll be somebody like I said, Sean Ryan or one of them. Man, I tell you, yo, sometimes truth is stranger than fiction. I'm just gonna let y'all know that. Y'all heard that before. Truth is stranger than fiction. You know? They couldn't invite people that would have been like, yeah, nah, if we give them this shit, they're gonna throw this shit out there. They're gonna come out here and they're gonna just fucking blow this whole fucking spot up. Like I said, I couldn't be in there because that'd have been the first and the last time I probably got invited to the White House because I couldn't in good conscience sit there and do that. I couldn't. I think Sean is the new Digital Mockingbird Media, and I explained this before. I think him, the other guy with the other agent with the fucking hair, and a couple of other people. I think that they're trying, they're CIA. They say they're ex-CIA, but they're still CIA in my opinion. But they done gained a foothold in popularity in YouTube and other platforms, and they got millions of subscribers and followers and shit like that. So they can be the new controlled opposition. They are the new, I guess, what everybody considers Alex Jones to be. They're the new gatekeepers. Exactly, Melissa. Now, don't get me wrong. I watch Sean Ryan and those guys because you get clues, they get hints of what's really happening. They got to tell you a certain amount. They got to give you a certain amount of shit. They got to give you just enough to say that they warned you about what's to come. You know what I mean? It's like you got to watch Fox, you got to watch CNN. Then you make your own informed decision on what you think is really going on. You know what I mean? I know you're agreeing with me, B. Monsters hide in plain sight, that's right. Got to save Rogan for something serious like RFK, with RFK. Thing is, right, you got phase 1. They'll be ready to throw phase 2 out, and then we interrupt these regular scheduled programming for this fucking whatever event that's going to go down. Shout out to Descendant of Loki. I just seen it. Shout out to Descendant of Loki with his 5 gifted subs, man. I appreciate you. Descendant of Loki, a OG triple OG. OG triple OG. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, guys. This is exactly what I thought it was going to be. This is what exactly I was trying to warn people over. Like, yo, don't get excited. Don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. This ain't going to be what you think it's going to be. The writing was always on the wall. Jace up in the building. If there aren't at least 10 New York FBI arrested tomorrow, they're going to lose the credit they got. It's going to be fun to see how they spend this one. It's going to be fun to see how they spend this one. Very fucking interesting. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I swear, I need like a mobile fucking studio. I kind of got one. Like I got my laptop and shit, and I got my StreamYard. Like I could go live from StreamYard, and I can go live from all, like I'm doing right now, to everything. You know, for when they do fucking go live. Maybe I do. It's a Friday. Ain't gonna be much going on at work. I think I got like 1 or 2 things that I need to do. I think I got to jump on a like a conference call, but that can, whatever. So I don't know. That shit is. He said I'm on one credit. I'm right there with you, yo. Oh my gosh, yo. This shit is crazy, man. This is funny. This shit fucking took over the entire news cycle today. The entire news cycle. As intended, as it was supposed to do. The question is what are they distracting from? That's the question. Anyway, guys, I know it's a short one tonight, but it's all I got for you tonight. I just wanted to go and rant on this Epstein thing. This shit has been absurd from Jump Street. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's going to be very interesting. Anyway, if you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream. Let people know that we were live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the topic at hand. What do you think about this quote-unquote Epstein files? What do you expect to see in phase 2? If there's a phase 2. What do you expect to see? Do you got faith in Pam Bondi and Cash Patel, or do you think that they're just as much involved in the cover up of this as anybody else? Anyway, boy. Until next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying, "Be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss, and don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of its own. Worry about today." I'll holler at you guys.
Don't relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes. Niggas need to wake up. Niggas need to relax and take notes.